power of choosing who you align with. Welcome back to another episode of All or Nothing in Real Estate. I'm your host, Matt Smith, the founder of All or Nothing in Real Estate. This podcast is a movement to give back to this amazing industry that's given so much to me and my family. And today we're going to talk about something that is relevant for today's marketplace. And we're going to break down the power of choosing who you align with. And so that's a very broad topic, but I think all of us as agents, if you're an agent listening, you know that you probably talk to your buyers and sellers about the power of choosing the right agent, right? Who you work with matters, their marketing, their proven track record, their coaching, everything that they have for a buyer or seller to choose you as their agent. Today, I'm going to break down the importance of choosing as an agent who you align yourself with, whether it's a brokerage, whether it's a team, whether it's a business partner, whether it's whatever it may be, the power of who you choose to work with. And we're going to give specific examples and case studies from our team of what the power of our team has done for people versus other models that they were in, and just really break that down. I made a social media post recently breaking down just to kind of tell you guys where this came from. For the month of April, we had 17 agents that made over $4,700. For reference, our median income in our area is under $2,500 per month. So that 17 agents doubled the median income at $4,700. 10 agents made over $8,000 last month. 7 agents made over $10,000 last month. 6 agents made over $12,000 last month. 3 agents made over $19,500 last month. 2 agents made over $24,000 last month, and 1 agent made over $60,000 last month. As agents on a team, net in their pockets. And so that's the case study, and that's what we're going to unpack today is who are you aligned with, who are you working with, and what is the power of the team, the brokerage, the partnership that you choose to work with. And so to help break that down today, we have Lauren Pimentel. She's actually on the show quite a bit. So Lauren, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Excited. I think that's one of the best topics that we can talk about right now in our industry.
And Lauren is, for those of you that haven't met Lauren yet, Lauren is an agent on our team. She's been on the team for about 6 years now. She's a top producer consistently year after year, and she's also our sales manager, recruiter, and runs our Lake of the Ozarks branch. So you'll get different perspectives today from someone that's been with us a long time, been successful as an agent, and successful in the leadership realm. And Lauren also has unique experience being in a different company before she joined us to give you that contrast as well. So Lauren, you said this is a great topic. What makes you excited about sharing this topic with everyone today?
I think first and foremost, we can all agree that this is a challenging market, dealing with interest rates, dealing with low inventory, dealing with the economy. We have the election coming up. Some would say, and they have been saying, that the market's going to crash. And the truth of the matter is that 250,000 agents are predicted to leave the industry right now. And so you can either operate from a place of fear, or you can surround yourself who operate from a place of opportunity. And so for me, I know going through the COVID market, going through interest rates, low inventory, multiple offers, seeing offers 100,000 over asking, I'm grateful that I've constantly been surrounded by the best in the industry.
I love it. And I think we've even done a couple episodes on it because if you guys follow me at all, or if this is your first time listening, it's still relevant. I'm a believer in everything starts with mindset. And this very close second is the environment you choose to be in, which affects your mindset, right? And so I think for this, we hear all the time, proximity is power. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You hang around 5 people that are 5 criminals, you will become the 6th. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll become the 6th. If you hang around 5 agents that are mediocre, you'll become mediocre. You hang around 5 agents that are top producers, you will become a top producer. And so, who are you aligned with, and who is your proximity of the people you surround yourself with? I think is crucial. Whether it's our team, we are with eXp Realty, so we have different paths to do that through eXp. It's been a great path for partnerships across the country, and so we have alignment and proximity. And I remember when we first joined eXp, it really helped us really propelled very quickly by being in alignment with people that gave us their playbook, that financial alignment piece. And we've just really enhanced that with our current offerings to the people that are with us in eXp and our partners, but also to the agents on our team, right? And to the level of leverage and support and coaching and lead gen and training and marketing support and you name it that we can provide so that the agents can go do the agent things to go make more money. Because at the end of the day, those numbers I went over, those are net to that agent. Net. That's not a big inflated GCI number, or that's not well, how many expenses did they have? That's after all of that. That is in their pocket at the end of the year. So that this myth out there, how I started this post was the quote of, I don't know who they are, but they say, well, you can't make good money on a team, right? You just get bad splits there and you have all this coaching and you have to do all these things. And there's all this accountability. They say it like it's a bad thing, right? But literally what you have is education, training, coaching, accountability, support, marketing, lead gen, leadership, you name it, you have everything that you need so that you can go focus and do the things that you need to do. And even if it is a lower split, if you go get 100% split and you get 100 and you don't sell any real estate, 100% of zero is still zero. But if you have a proven track record, like on our team, our average agent last year sold over 30 homes in one of the toughest years we've ever seen in real estate. Right? Like, think about that for a minute. That's crazy. And so there's that opportunity for a partnership with the right people if you align yourself there. So we're going to break down what to maybe look for in your relationships and what's worked well for us.
Yeah, and just to recap, because I know we've talked a little bit since the beginning. We had an agent make $60,000 on a team. We had multiple agents
in a month.
In 1 month. We had multiple agents make over $19,000 in 1 month.
And our average sales price, you ready for this, is $230,000.
Yeah.
I had to get close to the mic to say that.
Oh, I could feel the effects of it. It was crazy. But something I want to add, Matt, I shared this with you the other night, is that successful people don't have different problems. They have the same problems as all agents in our industry. Successful people and our successful agents, they have better solutions.
So good. Say that again.
You know, I don't like when you do this. But successful people don't have different problems. They have better solutions. And we are seeing that over and over and over again. They are not complaining about the market. They are finding and taking action on better solutions.
I love it. I love it. Lauren, before we go a little further, what is it that you have seen the power of the team, both, let's talk about your personal journey from at a different company. You were struggling a little bit as a newer agent. Talk a little bit about that story and that journey and how the power and leverage of the alignment of the team transformed that for you.
Yeah. So, and I was just sharing the story over coffee this morning with another agent. He's a broker of a independent brokerage. And I was sharing, hey, I started at Remax. I had outrageous monthly fees to the franchise and desk fees, brand new agent, and joined a team where I had to cover all of my expenses. I had to pay for my signage, business cards. They did have leads, but they didn't provide training on how to work those leads. So a few months in and $5,000 down the drain later, I realized that I couldn't do it anymore. So my training was, hey, call this person and ask if they want to buy a house. When I told the broker that I was meeting with this morning that the look on his face was priceless. I thought he was going to spit his coffee out. He's like, did you happen to sell any houses like that? No, I did not. And so I was fortunate to go to church with a member of the winning team, AKA Matt Smith Real Estate Group. And I said, how in the world do I get an opportunity to join the winners? I said, I know I'm a winner. I need to be with the winners. Can you set something up for me? So then I joined Matt Smith Real Estate Group in the year 2018. And within my first 6 months, I had sold 10 houses. Um, and it's because the team provided leads. They took care of my fee, so I wasn't having to stress. I did still work a part or full-time job in the evening, but they provided training. They provided strategy on how to convert those leads. And they paved the way for me to choose to be successful and to choose to take action. And now, almost 6 years later, I've sold over 300 houses, and have had the opportunity to help so many families, whether it's first time home, whether it's their forever home, commercial properties, and I've never looked back.
I love it. I love it. Just one of many success stories that I'm fortunate to hear, get a front row seat for. And I think too, like Lauren talked a little bit about the team, but I also want to talk about like wherever you are listening to this, wherever you are, there are people that you know are living the life that you want to live. There are people that have achieved the success that you want to achieve. There are mentors that you look up to. There are people that have already cleared the path and done the thing that you're wanting to do. And so let me make a discretion here. It's not the people that show a good picture on Instagram or on social media, the Instagram entrepreneur. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the people that have actually done the work, the people that have the proven track record, the people that have actually built the thing that you want to build, that have accomplished the thing you want to accomplish. What I want to advise you to do if you're listening to this is go find those people. Go find your tribe. Go find your people that have similar values, that are alignment, that are growth minded, that want the things that you want, and go find those people and go build something epic with them, both for you, for your future, and for others. And no matter where that is, whether that's through an EXP opportunity, whether that's through another brokerage opportunity, whether that's through a team that you may know in the area, maybe you need to start your own team. I don't know what that looks like. I just want to open your mind to what is possible if you partner with the right people. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's very, very simple because success leaves clues. And if you just look for those clues and you follow the proven playbook and you just run the play, it will work for you just like it did for them.
Yep, and Brent Gove says it all the time at his conferences with EXP. He said, how many success stories do you have to hear before you go and make your own? And I think so many times, we have our own limiting beliefs that prevent us from taking action and prevent us from living a life that is better than we could have ever dreamed of. And so I want to encourage you to go out there and choose to live an amazing life. And if you want to be a successful real estate agent, it is simple. It's not easy, but go out there, put in the work, and I promise you, you will create a life that is better than your dream.
100%. It's possible. There's study after study after study, case study after case study after case study of people that have actually done it.
Yep.
And what we're trying to share with you is just go find those people. Follow podcasts like this. Reach out to Lauren. Reach out to myself. Like, we just want to help. I think there's a lot of people out there that are struggling that don't have to struggle. And I'm just going to be real for a minute. The biggest thing that I see that cause people to struggle is they allow their ego to make their decisions. And they say things like, well, I've been a top producing agent before. I don't need to be on a team. I've been a top producing agent before. I'm not going to go take less money. I've been a top producing agent before. I don't want to go put my name under their umbrella. And what I just want to invite you to do is just think long term and quit being selfish and start being selfless. And realize that if you lock arms and you align with people that have a similar vision, similar values, you can accomplish way more. And you not only can you make more money, you can make a bigger impact in your local world and in the world as a whole. You can also have more time back. And so there is a world where those things are possible. And we just want to open your eyes to that opportunity, but you have to realize you have to drop your ego. And you have to put it to the side, and you have to realize, like something I say in our team all the time, is that this whole thing outgrew me a long time ago. It's not about me, it's about we. It's about us, right? And I think one of the things that we say it very, very often, but at least at every quarterly meeting is the whole is bigger than the part. When the part serves the part receives back tenfold. The whole is bigger than the part. When the part serves the part receives back tenfold. And if you just create or find an environment that if you just have what's crazy in our environment, this goes for EXP, this goes for some of my coaching clients, this goes for our team. This principle remains true. The people that contribute at the highest level also win at the highest level because they're selfless. They put their ego to the side and they say, how can I help? How can I contribute? How can I give? And the universe, your faith, whatever it is you believe in, has a way of rewarding people that give just to give. The law of reciprocity is real. So find your tribe and find a way to contribute. And the more you contribute, the more that you will receive.
So good. And we see it over and over and over on our team. The people who are showing up at the office, the people who are selfless with their time, the people who are taking action, even though they're not perfect, we are seeing them at the top of the leaderboard over and over and over again, and they are crushing their goals.
100%. 100%. And not just crushing their goals, they're changing their lives, right? And guys, I just want to share, like, I don't share these numbers to brag. Like it's really awesome to see that. Like the reason I made the post was because I was going back through our finances and I'm like, holy cow, look how much this agent made. Wow, look how much that agent made. Like good for them. And I'm like, whoa. Like I zoomed out and looked at the picture. I'm like, wow, I got to share this because there's people out there that need to know that this is possible. Because I know personally there's agents in our market. There's agents our markets of people that I coach that are just struggling with how do I make that transition to a team? Or, you know what, I'm struggling as where I'm at, but I don't want to change. I don't want to find something new. I don't want the perception of this or the perception of that. And or how do I go from a 70% split to a 50% split or whatever it is that's in your circumstance. I just want to invite you to look at the bigger picture wherever it is you're going. Um, we had a very productive agent join our team recently, and it was just because of the leverage and the support and the training and the opportunity that we create. And I think one of the things, the biggest cost that most agents listening to this don't calculate properly. Like, yeah, they know how much money they make, they know how much money they spend, all of that. The biggest cost that people don't calculate though, and it's tenfold of any other expenses that you have, is the opportunity cost that you walk away from. When's the last time you calculated the opportunity cost of doing this next thing that you know you need to do? What is the opportunity where you are versus where you could be? And I think that there's whether it's again in our world, EXP, massive opportunity, with our team, massive opportunity. And I just think that there's no shortage of opportunity in this world. Are you in the right environment with the right mindset to go out and find more opportunity? Because there are agents out there that don't know where their next deal is going to come from. They don't know where their next lead is. And there's
And
a better way.
I couldn't imagine being in that position, and the conversations that I've had with agents from a sales manager stance is, are you really saving money by not switching, or are you losing money by not switching? And
Most
with
agents are losing more money by staying than switching. They really are.
Yeah, and one agent, this was either back in March or April, she would be losing potentially $1 million by staying at her current company versus coming to join us.
Do you have that math that you could break down and share? Is that something you could share?
Um, I don't, I'm sure I can think of it real quick. So,
Yeah, let's go through it.
yeah. So with this agent, she had been at her brokerage for 1 year, almost just shy of it, and hadn't sold any houses. And she was at a 70-30 split. And she said, Lauren, whenever I tell my broker that I'm leaving, she's going to say, you're an idiot. You're going to a 45 a 45-55 split. Like, why would you walk away from a 70-30 split? I said, well, that's a great question. I said, now, just out of curiosity, how long do you plan to be in real estate? She said, well, at least the next 10 years. I said, okay, awesome. We broke down the math. The average agent that had been on our team for more than a year made up just shy of $100,000. So you take $100,000 times $10 million. Was she walking away from making $0 at her current brokerage, or was she walking away if she didn't join us from $1 million? And that's all she needed to hear. She's like, you're absolutely right. And we have the stats and the data to show what our agents make. As a new agent, one that's been on our team for more than a year, we're able to predict an agent's business because of our
100%. So
stats and
good.
processes.
So good. And that goes back to opportunity cost, right? Like and that's where ego comes into play. And I'll just be transparent. Our listing agents start at 30% split, but our listing agents make the most money in our organization because of the leverage and the opportunity that we provide for them. So it's not about the split. There's so much more into that. And I think a lot of people, once you get to a certain level, understand leverage. Like leverage is a superpower, but leverage can be multiplied in so many different ways in the right environment. Leverage can be a blueprint of a system and process to generate leads. Leverage can be a training on how to get your mindset right. Leverage can be a training on how to operate your CRM. Leverage can be a training on how to show properties right, how to get listing presentation, how to get a listing signed with a great listing presentation. Leverage looks in so many different ways. On our team, leverage can be, you know what, Lauren, I'd be willing to bet you will sell another 10 buyer side, another 30 seller side transactions this year, roughly, will be my guess. And I bet you don't show more than 5 clients
Oh, 100%.
because of the leverage inside of our organization that she can leverage a showing partner that works for them and it works for her. There's just so many different ways to play this leverage game to create more opportunities for everyone and give the client a better service versus what I see a lot of agents do. Again, it's the ego, is they just want to hoard all of this for themselves and say, well, I can do that and I can do that and I can do that. No one's saying you can't. You win. You can. But should you be doing it? Should you be doing it? Or are there things that are more productive for your time, whether that's generating more revenue, or God forbid, what if you, as a real estate agent, you could take off work and take a vacation and spend time with your family because you have leverage and support behind the scenes to keep things going? You come back and your business didn't get impacted. How crazy would that be? You didn't have to pick up the phone while you're on the beach at vacation with your kids or at Disney World, right? Like there's just so many different layers to this that I think people just don't understand at the level that I wish they did. And I'm just trying to bring that to the surface of not all opportunities are created equal. And the failure rate in our business is very real. And the stats of the 70,000, what was it, 60 or 70,000 agents last year that got out of the business, and the staggering projections of what this NAR stuff of what that could look like. I think Lauren alluded to it. It could be over $250,000 according to some study, or 250,000 agents according to some studies that get out of the business this year. I don't want that to be you. Because here's what I know. If you take the time to follow this episode, to listen to this podcast, you believe in growth. You believe in having a great mindset. You believe in having grit and determination. You want to be better. So I want to help you be better. And I want you to realize that there's other options out there. Again, like maybe you're not in an area where you have a team like ours to join. Cool. Can you find some other layers? Like one of the things that we have, like with, and this is not a pitch to join EXP. This is just a reality. Like we just started this thing called Top Agent Nation, where we have a backstage pass where every single team of over 10,000 agents inside of our organization are giving their blueprints of what they excel in, whether it's listing presentation or marketing process or buyer's consult or whatever it is that they are doing really, really well at a high level. And we're sharing and collaborating with each other. How much value would that be for an agent? We're also doing Mastermind Mondays, where we have Mastermind live Q&A, where you can come and ask the experts your questions. And it's just the start. It's going to continue to compound and get bigger and bigger and bigger because we believe in contribution and giving back to our agents. And so if you partner with us, it's a partnership. Just like we talk about, Lauren, we talk about our agents on our team all the time. They're not agents, they're business partners.
Yep.
right? And it's just another way of looking through that lens of, can I get rid of the stigma of joining a team, right? Like I said in my post, well, you don't make good money on a team. Uh, is that the truth, or is that your truth? Because the truth is there are several agents that made a lot of money on our team last month.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just going into the power of the team, if you are surrounding yourselves with agents who are selling, 10 to 20 homes a year, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. In most markets, if you're selling 10 to 20 homes, you're a top agent. The national average is 4 to 6 homes a month.
Yep.
And
4 to 6
so,
homes a year.
oh yeah, a year. Sorry, my bad. Um, I didn't have my second cup of coffee yet. And so if you're surrounding yourself by those agents, more than likely that's what you'll become. And so whenever you're in an environment where they are teaching you time and they're teaching you leverage and they're teaching you better ways and processes, that's another thing that I meet and discuss with agents is, okay, so you're selling 15 homes a year. Do you want to continue to sell 15 homes and get your time back? Or do you want to turn that 15 into 30? What are your goals? And so there is a better way to do things. And yeah, our next podcast, or one of them, is going to have to be on that book you gave me, the Buy Back Your Time.
Yep.
That's been so eye-opening, but it's very true in our market.
100%. I love it. And I think I'm trying to figure out where to go here, Lauren, because there's so many different directions we could go. But I just want to really drive home the point of, there's so much opportunity out there. And all of these changes that are going on in our industry, there are people that are winning and winning at a high level. You just don't hear them because they're too busy winning. Go find them, partner with them, ask them for help. Because here's what I know: the circles that I run in, of like, I'm just amazed. I had 2 calls with 2 people that are just rock stars in the industry yesterday. One because they asked me for help, and one because I asked them for help. And it's like the number ones in their states, right? Like, that are my friends now, that I get to call friends, that we get to bounce ideas off of, which is just absolutely bananas to me. It's crazy. But it's just crazy to realize that those people that are winning at that level, they also are the first one to pick up the phone when you say, "Hey, can you help me?" They call you instantly. "Yep, how can I help?" And they're just willing to contribute, and they share. And that's just what true winners do. I made a post the other day. I say the other day, it's probably a month or so ago, but competition happens at the bottom. Collaboration happens at the top. And so there's nothing wrong with, I'm a competitor. I don't like to lose. I'm a terrible loser. That's why I don't do it very often, because I'm a terrible loser.
You
So
really do.
I will do whatever it takes to win. So there's nothing wrong with competition. But I think competition where it becomes cutthroat and it becomes negative and it becomes me versus you versus, hey, let's compete healthily so that we can both win together. There's a big difference there. But I also think that there's people like Michael Phelps has there's a great analogy for Michael Phelps. It was years ago when he was on his last Olympic run of all these gold medals swimming. Like, just Michael Phelps, everyone knows who he is, right? And I remember he had got beat in a qualifier by some other country swimmer. And that swimmer was just talking all kinds of smack, and Michael Phelps just let it go. And I remember in the finals of that race, like, everyone thought Michael Phelps was going to go down. He had never lost this race or something crazy like that. And he was going to lose this race because this guy had beat Michael Phelps like 6 times in a row. Well, there's a meme out there, and I wish I could show you the picture, and I had it, but there's a meme out there of Michael Phelps getting ready to touch the wall and win that race. And Michael Phelps is tunnel vision on what he is doing and where he is going. And the guy that he beat, that was talking all this smack, is doing nothing but looking over at Michael Phelps. He's focused on his competition, and he's focused on how I'm going to beat this guy. While Michael Phelps is focused on, am I doing my best? I'm staying in my lane. I know what I need to do. I'm going to do my best. And I think that too many times we get sucked into competition where it becomes negative. And so the people that are cutthroat or have scarcity mindset, that keep secrets, I'll be honest with you, there's a reason I do this podcast. There are no secrets in real estate. There just aren't. Now, are there nuances and subtleties and tips and tricks? And yes, of course, but there is no secret, right? There's so much content out there. Why keep it to yourself? What I believe in is if I share and I collaborate and I contribute, I'll win at a higher level and I'll make a bigger impact on people. And I just think that that's what the winners do. And I think that if you associate yourself with people that are willing to share and contribute, you also will win and see the benefits of sharing and contributing versus I'm going to keep what's mine and I don't want anyone in my pot. No, like bring more people in that are like-minded, find your people, find your tribe, and you can do more with more people.
Yeah, absolutely. And we broke into a new market 3 years ago. And talking about collaboration, there was a very well-respected agent here at Lake of the Ozarks who pretty much opened up his playbook and helped me whenever it came to there were a lake and helped me whenever it came to septics and docks and electrical. And I remember being on the phone with him, just thanking him for his time. And we spent hours of just him assisting me. And I said, I truly want to thank you for taking time to teach me. I know I'm in a new market. And he's like, Lauren, if I can take things away and teach you things, we all have the same end goal. And if I can teach you to provide a better service to your clients, it's going to help everyone out in the long run. Who doesn't want to work with an agent that communicates and is knowledgeable? Why wouldn't we want every single agent to be like that? It's unrealistic for all agents to be at the same brokerage. And so in the end, why not just work together? Doesn't matter what your brokerage is, just come from a place of education and value and building a relationship. And I'll never forget that. I know you had said, hey, where do we go from here? We've talked about surrounding yourself with the right people. But I think another thing that has really helped our team get to where we are, especially this year, is knowing our numbers and how do we determine what action needs to be taken. So whether you're a team leader, whether you're an agent, we want to make sure that we can help wherever you are in your journey. And so we develop quarterly, monthly, yearly, weekly, daily goals with our agents so that they know exactly what they need to do in order to reach the goals and the commitments that they set for themselves. We have an understanding of what their intention is to accomplish by the end of the year. And again, Matt said it earlier, we're business partners to help them achieve that commitment. So it's our job to facilitate the environment for them to choose to take action. And one of those ways is to determine how many calls do they have to make every day? How many appointments do they have to set? How many do they have to meet? How many do they have to sign? How many do they have to get under contract in order to get one closed? You want to go in that direction, Matt?
Yeah, I don't want to go in the weeds there. I think just establishing
Right.
those numbers, right, are important for your business because every business is different. And maybe if we get some people reaching out, we can do a live in our private group or something. I'm happy to share that. I just think that's hard to share over an audio feed. And so I think it's really important, Lauren, really, really good stuff. Those are key performance indicators. And if you're not working a business on purpose, you're working it on accident. And so work your business on purpose with a purpose. What are you trying to accomplish? And what do you need to do? I shared sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. They're washing the windows and being really, really loud.
No, can't hear it.
All right. So I was speaking of Top Agent Nation, that's part of our EXP network. It's open to anyone, right? Because we believe in collaborations. Go check that out. Follow me on social and find it. There's Monday masterminds. There's all kinds of value that we'll be sharing there. In addition to the backstage pass. And so one of the things that I talked about on last Monday's session was what are we doing today to win in today's marketplace? And I really just broke it down to the basics is number one, how many of you that are on this call today know what your daily minimum standard of activity is that is required for you to win the day? How many of you know what that number is? And everyone looked at me like I had three heads. I said, well, how do you expect to win if you don't know what a win is? So you need to establish what is that. What is that daily minimum standard of activity that's required for you to win? I think too many times, again, if you're not working on purpose, you're working on accident. And I think that nobody got into real estate to be an accident. Like, let's work on purpose. Let's build a plan. And that plan doesn't have to be this big, long calculus equation. Pick one thing. What is that one thing? And so, like, if you're struggling with, I don't know what that is, have 5 real estate conversations that are 2 minutes or longer today. Start there. If that's not enough, go to 10. If that's not enough, do an open house once a week. If that's not enough, do extra marketing and video. But what is that standard? And start somewhere and do it consistently over time. Another place where I see agents go wrong is they don't allow enough time for their effort to acclimate into results. And so it takes consistent effort, takes discipline on that effort, but it takes consistency over time for that to acclimate and compound into results. One of the analogies I like to use is all of us have been on a health or fitness journey at some point in our lives, whether it's we want to be healthier, we want to lose weight, we want to gain muscle, whatever that may be. We've all had that as a focus in our lives at some point. And if you use that as a perspective, let's say that you wanted to lose weight, you can know exactly what are the macros you need to eat. It's calories in versus calories out, right? It's activity result. And so what is the activity? I need to burn more calories than I consume. That's as simple as I can break it down. But if you do that on day one, the scale is not going to move. You do that for a week, maybe the scale moves a little bit. Maybe you get a little momentum. But what they say in fitness and health space is it takes 30 days for you to see a result. It takes 60 days for your closest friends and family to see a result. And it takes 90 days for the strangers to notice. So if that's true in your health and fitness, don't you think it makes sense for that to be true in your business? What if you did the activity? What if you burned more calories than you consumed each and every day for 90 days in a row before you looked up and weighed yourself? I guarantee you 100% of people, without fail, if you burn more calories than you consume for 90 days straight, and the end of 90 days, you will have lost weight. If you follow your daily minimum standard of activity for 90 days a row in this business, without fail, I guarantee you will have momentum in your business in 90 days. But are you willing to do the work? And are you willing to do it consistently and allow it to compound over time? See, I shared this too in a sales meeting, is the death cycle of every salesperson. See, at the beginning, what is required in a salesperson? You have to have the action. You have to have the activity, right? And then as you start doing activity, what happens? You start getting conversions, and your conversion rate starts increasing, right? Or you start building skills. As you start building skills from the action, then you start converting at a higher level, and your conversion ratio increases. You start getting closings, and most agents stop there. Once they start getting closings, they're like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't need to take that action anymore. I don't need to learn more skill," and that's where you go to die, right? That's where the roller coaster of real estate roller coaster comes into play. What if you actually realize that circle is a loop? Now that you've got the conversion, go take the same activity, build more skill, your conversion rate increases. Go take the same activity, your skill improves, your conversion rate increases. And you do that on a cycle, on a loop. You see agents that are like what we have in our organization. Lauren's one of them. She's built the skill through the over time of the action, of the willingness to be coachable, to willingness to watch her own game film. She's developed the skills because of the time and the effort that she's put in, that she converts at a very high level. The same activity is not required of Lauren today as it was 6 years ago when she got in the business. Not even close. And she's getting way better results now. But it's because she allowed that circle to keep continuing versus stopping. And I think too many agents stop. They stop doing what works because it works. You got the result, and so now you stop and say, "Oh, I'm too good for that." Again, ego gets in the way. I don't have to prospect anymore. You probably should. And you should probably prospect, and you should probably analyze every phone call. You should probably analyze every appointment. You should analyze every closing. You should analyze every presentation. You should review your game film and say, what did I do well? What can I do better? And what is oh shit, I can't do that again. Because we all have them, right? And we need to learn from that each and every time. I'm not saying spend 30 minutes unpacking all that each and every time. Maybe sometimes you do. But it's just a quick conversation with yourself. Write down a note. And if you don't make the same mistake twice, you get better. So just learn from your activity, and that is the key to growth. But the activity is required. There's no substitute.
Yep. And if you're an agent on this call or a broker, you probably saw agents who sold a crap ton of houses during COVID. And within the past year or two, they're now a bartender or they're out of the industry, even though they at that time sold 20, 30 houses. And it's because they were under the mindset that real estate is just low hanging fruit. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And all I have to do is put a sign in the yard and I'm going to sell some houses, or I'm going to show them one house and we're going to get it and move forward with closing. And it is not like that. From my experience and as an agent, boots still on the ground, we are having to have more conversations with people before they make the decision to buy or sell the house. We are having to have more conversations. So what used to take 12 conversations for a closing is now taking 20 conversations for a closing. This market requires more of people. And the truth is, most agents, they just don't want to put in the work. They like the end result, but they don't like the work that goes into it.
It requires more activity and it requires more skill. It requires both. But you
Yep.
don't get the skill without doing the work. You have to put in the work. And I think that and you have to be willing to be open-minded and coachable, right? Lauren and I have had many, I'm just going to be transparent. Lauren and I have had many coaching conversations where she may or may not have cried. For those
Yes.
of you who don't know, she's getting better, but she used to be like, you looked at her and she started crying.
That's very emotional.
Yeah. But in all reality, in all seriousness, Lorna and I have very tough and honest conversations because I owe it to her to help her. I know what her goals are. I know what her dreams are. I know who she can become and who she wants to become. And so we've had some very tough and harsh conversations, but Lauren, to her credit, is open-minded and coachable, takes it for what it's worth and goes and applies it. And that's where these skills come from. And that's why Lauren is way more efficient than a lot of agents, is because she's willing to do that. And so I think too many agents also think that I don't need a coach. I don't need a team leader telling me what to do. I don't need that accountability. I know what I'm supposed to do. I've amassed a lot of success in my life. I'm very, very proud of where I'm at, especially from where I came from. But I'm at a point in my life where I have more coaches now than I've ever had. Do I need them? Nope. But I want them and I want to grow and I want to become better. And I have so many people relying on me. I have a health and fitness coach. I have a business coach. I have a coach for my team, right? I spend well over 6 figures a year on coaches because I know it's important for me to continue growing myself. You see, let me switch gears here. Everyone listening to this call, every single person listening to this call, you are the lid on your growth. It's not the market. It's not the interest rates. It's the man or the woman in the mirror. And if you realize that, and you realize that I can change myself, I can change my mindset, I can change my action, I can build the skill that is required, I can align myself with people that are already doing it at a high level, then there's nothing that can stop you. But there's something that's stopping you right now, and it's your ego. And you think, I can't sell houses because of the market. I can't sell houses because of the interest rate. Well, I would make more money as if I get 70% split in Lauren's example than a 45% split. Is that the truth or is that your truth? Because the truth is always true. And I think it's super important that we remove our ego, we lower our skepticism, we lower our walls, and we really become open-minded. Because here's what I predict will happen. Over the next 24 months, teams have already taken over the industry. Over the next 24 months, teams will dominate and double the productivity that they have, and more agents will join a team because it's just an unfair advantage. So if that's like, there is no, and I say this out of so much respect because we have a lot of great agents in our market, but there is not an agent in our area that can compete with us. We have an unfair advantage because we've earned it over time and effort and consistency. And I hope that doesn't come off arrogant. That's not how I mean it. I just mean when you have the marketing budget of we spend over, I'm not going to give you a number, but we spend a lot of money to market and generate leads. No one can compete with that because we have the sales to back it up to support it. We have a leadership team that believes in reinvesting in growth. And so there's so many things that come into play here that give the agents an unfair advantage versus trying to do it on your own because your ego won't allow you to see it working a different way that could be the key to freedom to set you free. It really could be. And so that's my goal of this podcast, is to give you guys open-minded to there's other opportunities out there, and quit allowing your limiting beliefs or the limiting beliefs of others prevent you from the opportunity that could change your life.
1000%. The only thing I would disagree on is you said that you don't need a coach. I firmly believe everyone needs a coach.
Yep.
100%.
If that's what I said, I misspoke. You were right. Everybody needs a coach. And I'm so messed up, I need 3 of them.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. No, all really good stuff. The one piece of advice is just go take action, go change your life. You're the only one who can do that. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to recap to the very beginning. All this is coming from the power of leverage and being in alignment with the right people. Who are the people that you're in business with? Who are the people that you can call and say, hey, I need help. Can you help me? Who are they? Is it a broker that's sitting in an office that's never sold houses before? I say this with respect, but most brokers are agents that couldn't make it. And so they took a salary job to be a broker. Is that really the people you want to take all your sales advice from? Or do you want to be in alignment with people that are actually doing it at a very high level and have built systems and processes in alignment with people like us on a national level that are doing it, that are selling tens of thousands of homes a month? We have the playbook. We have the processes. We have the knowledge, and we're willing to share it. So instead of trying to recreate the wheel, just lock arms with people that are already doing it at a high level. And there's a shortcut. There is a shortcut. You still have to do the work, but you get to skip some steps if you're in alignment with the right people.
Good stuff.
All right, Lauren, close us out. Give us a Laurenism, a nice quote to end the day.
So I will end with, we don't have a market problem, kind of hitting on what you said earlier. We don't have an industry problem. What we simply have is a disobedience problem and an action problem and a lack thereof. So you want to change it? Go be obedient to what you have to do. Go take action.
What is your daily minimum standard of activity required? Did you do it? Did you not? Really simple. Do that for 90 days straight. And once you do that, come talk to me and I will help you. But until you're willing to do that, my hands are tied.
Love it.
Awesome. Guys, I hope you found this valuable. I just love the support that we're getting on this podcast. It's just really cool to see it continually grow. And I appreciate all of you for your support, for you sharing this episode out. We recently had people sharing it in several different real estate groups saying, hey, you got to follow this. It was on our 30-day listing challenge that I'm doing. And there's just a lot of people that are supporting this movement. So I truly appreciate you. I would love your continued support. Hopefully we're giving you value. If there's something you want to hear about, reach out to me. I want to give you the value that you're looking for. So if you have questions, let us know. And please share this with a friend. If there's someone that needs to hear this message today, share it with them so that we can help more people grow in these challenging times of real estate. I hate that all of these people got out of the business last year and had to go get a real job. This career has been life-changing for me. And like I said, I do this because this has changed my life forever. And I want to give back and change other people's lives. And so I can't do that if you give up on this career because you're not willing to do the work or you're not in alignment with the right people. And so just share this with someone that needs to hear it. And maybe there's somebody that they can lock arms with and help them grow and scale their business. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you. Lauren, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care.